Good evening and welcome to Jack Wells Gymnasium in South Minneapolis. I'm Rich Smith here to bring you the Metro Area Sports Wrap Girls High School Basketball Game of the Week. We're here at Jack Wells Gymnasium in Roosevelt High School to watch the Roosevelt Teddies play host to the North Polars. The Roosevelt Teddies with a 5-1 conference record, 5-9 overall, and North coming into this with a 4-2 conference record, 6-6 overall. Let's roll through the starters real quick. For the visiting Polars, we have Deanna Smith, Lashonda Holden, Wendy Fisher, Clover Decker, and Louise Markell. Along with Deanna Smith and Lashonda Holden being the #1 girl scorer in the Minneapolis, or excuse me, in the metropolitan area. That's covering all the area here. And in the Minneapolis City Conference, Holden and also Deanna Smith are scoring leaders. And starting for the Roosevelt Teddies this evening will be Nicole, Isham, Sabrina, Reese, Kelly, Rowe, Tracy, Sorat, and also, let's see, I have to get mine. And number 25, Tamara Barrow. North controls. And shot up by Holden, and it's off. Roosevelt comes back the other way. And already things are heating up in this gym. I think it's going to be a crazy evening. The North High cheerleaders have always had a reputation of being very boisterous and very entertaining. Very much so. Nice pass inside by Holden. And ball goes off a North player, back over to the Teddies. North with a little bit of pressure to start the game off here. And shot by Barrow. A little long. Ball goes out of bounds, back to the Polars. And driving to the hole, North's number 54, who I do not. And shot off by one of the Polars. Ball comes out to Reese, and she'll bring it back for the Teddies. Ball kicked off of Reese. And whistled for the foul is Barrow. That'll be her first. Team's first. Going to the line, North's number 20, Deanna Smith. She'll shoot two. And with the first points of the game, Deanna Smith for the Polars. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left in this one. Excuse me, the first quarter, not in this one. And Roosevelt having some trouble getting it across. And beautiful passing by the Polars, but they can't quite get it to go. And coming down the other way, Tracy Sorat with the first points, tying the game up here, 2-2. And nice steal by Barrow. Teddy's coming back the other way. And Reese there once again showing her quickness, jumps in, and the steal by Sabrina Reese. If things go like usual for Reese, she'll probably get 3 or 4 steals over the course of the evening. And coming right back the other way, Deanna Smith with the steal. And she'll take it all the way down. Deanna Smith with all 4 of North's points so far in this one. And taking the ball up, Tamara Barrow. And Barrow will be fouled by North's number 55. Excuse me, not 55. 44, Louise Markell. That's Markell's first, team's first. Barrow steps to the line for 2. And the first shot rolls around and drops.
Looking for the ball too, Wendy.
And she gets both of them. Once again, we have a tie game. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first quarter. We're at Jack Wells Gymnasium bringing you the Metro Area Sports Wrap Girls Game of the Week. And with a nice little runner, North's number 30, Shonda Holden, Metro Area's leading scorer with her first points of the game. And the first time Isham has seen the ball, and she'll take a shot. Comes off. Recovered by the Teddies, back out to Reese, and she'll set things up. And (6-4) North in the lead right now. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. And I am joined by my man, John Erickson. Good evening, John. Welcome to Jack Wells Gymnasium. This seems to be becoming a second home to both of us.
Oh, yeah, sure is. Just had a little problem getting here.
Oh, not a problem. You're here. It's a little cold out there. Things are slow moving on a day like today. And here, we talked, what, 2 weeks ago, and I think we were freezing our buns off 2 weeks ago. And looking for a little break in the weather, we finally got it, and back again a week later, we're thrown right back into the midst of it again. But once again, we're here, hot basketball on a cold evening. That's what we're looking at right now, Jay. And North ahead, 10-4. And Isham with a nice shot from the outside, a three-pointer. And foul called underneath. Taking it to the hoop was Clover Decker for the Polars. And she was fouled by the Teddies. Let's see, number 25, Tamara Barrow. And unless I'm off, that is her first. Team's fourth. And stepping to the line, North's 42, Clover Decker, and she gets the first. Sets for her second, and she misses. Roosevelt recovers with the ball. And checking in for the Teddies now, number 31, Latoya Bernard. She's a three-point outside threat, definitely for the Teddies, has been the last few games. We saw her about 2 games ago, John. Remember when she fell down and a barrette must have evidently cut the back of her head, but she seems to be recovered from that and back in action again. And ball tied up underneath. Possession arrow points towards the Polars. Oh, excuse me, points towards the Teddies. And And Roosevelt will bring the ball in bounds with North applying full court pressure. Also in the game, number 53, Joy Thomas for the Teddies. Brings a little height with her. And Reese tries to take it inside. She's swarmed by 3 of the North players. And three-point attempt by Bernard goes off. Out of bounds off the Teddies. North's ball. And once again, Reese with those quick hands, like I mentioned a bit earlier, she will probably end up with at least 3 or 4 steals or at least block passes anyways during the course of the evening. She's extremely quick. And called for the travel, Jennifer Little. And the Teddy's breaking the pass. Open underneath was Bernard. She'll take it in for the easy 2. 11-9, 2 minutes even left in the first quarter of play here at Jack Wells Gymnasium at Roosevelt High School in South Minneapolis. You are tuned to the Metro Area Sports Wrap Girls Game of the Week. Rich Smith joined along with John Erickson. Bring you the play-by-play and color commentary on this one. And Isham has the ball stolen, but it goes off a North player. Go back over to the Roosevelt Teddies. And whistled for a foul. North's number 20, Deanna Smith. And Smith will sit down and take a break. Coming in for her is Anissa Keys. Anissa, a senior, 5'5". And Reese, showing her three-point abilities, gives the Teddies a 12-11 lead. A little over a minute left in the first quarter. And getting it in underneath, Anissa Keys, she hits Little for Little's first points of the game. And again, the Teddy's able to break the press and feed Bernard underneath, but she couldn't get it to drop. Little shuffle for the ball, and finally was called out on a North player.
Turn around, turn around.
And checking into the game, Lynnette Harvey. She is a 5-foot even junior. She's got a lot of heart, though.
As you see, Shonda Holden getting the steal there. She's very aggressive on defense. North comes from a long line of good players. Last year, Brandy Decker, now playing for the University of Georgia. She's the 7th person off the bench doing well in there, so North really has a talent coming out year in, year out.
And the three-point attempt by North's number 54 goes off. Ball comes back the Teddy's way. And Bernard wide open for the 3. She misses. Joy Thomas grabs the rebound, puts it back in. 14-13, Teddy's on top. Closing seconds of the first quarter. And Reese in there again, almost with the steal, but can't quite get it. And three-point attempt by Holden goes off, and Even with someone in her face there, John, she still put that three-pointer up. That probably goes to show, and she was darn close on it too, and that goes probably to show why she's one of the metropolitan area scoring leader. And firing a three-point attempt, Roosevelt Sabrina Reese. And the buzzer goes off to end the first quarter. The Teddies 14. The North High Polars 13. And folks, just wanted to throw this one at you. Next Sunday, when you're sitting at home and you're kind of looking around and you're wondering, wonder what's going on in the metropolitan area with sports, basketball, hockey, professional boxing, all-star classics, Joe Louis celebrations. We're talking metro area sports wrap, folks. That's the show. You're looking at a time of 5 o'clock. Nice time, kind of winding down your Sunday, sitting around at home. Turn on channel 32, 5 o'clock, metro area sports wrap. We'll bring you up to date on the latest in the metropolitan areas. Minneapolis City Conference basketball, hockey. We have Minneapolis, Minnesota professional boxing. We have the whole 9 yards. Remember to tune in every Sunday, 5 o'clock, channel 32 for Metro Area Sports Wrap. Now back to the action here. North with control. And Holden with a nice run to the basket. She can't quite get it to drop. And Jennifer Little skying above all to get the rebound, but it comes down back to the Teddies. Reese controls, and she'll bring it across. Lashonda Holden with the steal coming on the other way. A nice easy layup for Holden. And once again, Roosevelt breaking North's press. And John, a few times now, Roosevelt's capitalized on the press by breaking the press. Joy Thomas with the bucket there. Breaking the press and having Latoya Bernard kind of sneak out underneath there. She's got a couple buckets underneath off that press, but I think North has decided to drop someone back a little bit further now. And coming down with the rebound after a lot of battling in the middle there, Clover Decker. And once again, as I was just saying, John there, Roosevelt again, kind of beat past the press there.
Yeah, Bernard's just showing that she's not just an outside threat. You let her get by, and she's going to score the easy 2 on the layup. So North's got to step up their defense and keep an eye on her and make sure she knows where she is. Plus, they got Reese bringing the ball down the court. She's very good. She knows she can read at where her playmates, everybody are and stuff, and she can help the team out by that too, by her playmaking also.
And Reese tried to feed one in underneath to Thomas there. It didn't quite go. North will take it back here. 18-17. The home team, Teddy's on top. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Rich Smith and John Erickson in our home away from home at Jack Wells Gymnasium, or seemingly so these days anyways, John.
Oh yes, we've seen a lot of good games in this gym. A lot of memories. A lot of things going to happen, even this game here, Look at the game, it's 18-17, 6 minutes to go, a close game. Both these teams showing respect for their teams. And they're going to play hard. And this is a rivalry, North and Roosevelt. Any city teams or conference are a rivalry now.
And scoring for Roosevelt, Tracy Sorat. And that puts the Teddies up by 3, but North coming right back down on the attack. And in there for the rebound, Jennifer Little. She'll put it up easy too.
Even though North does miss a shot, though, they got Little right there to get the rebound and put it right back
in. And going up strong, Tracy Sorat. And fouled by North's number 55, Jennifer Little. She'll step to the line to shoot a couple. And sitting down for the Teddies, Joy Thomas. Checking in, Kelly Rowe, a 5'6" freshman forward. And Sorat's second shot is off. North recovers, they'll bring the ball back down the other way.
You see Roosevelt's going with a smaller, quicker team now, trying to get by, get the quick baskets on the speed more than trying to get the easy in the paint shots. You know, with both Little and Thomas on the bench, you know, it's gonna be probably a quicker game now and stuff to try to change it, see if something else can get going on here.
But checking back in, also Louise Markel, who has the ball right now. She's 6'2", so she brings a little bit. She brings a little bit in there with when they have her, and also Clover Decker at 5'10". That brings a little bit of height to the north side of the. And Reese splitting the D nicely. She'll take it all the way. Oh, she can't get it to drop, but she is fouled, so she will step to the line for an opportunity for two. Picking the ball up off the floor, Kelly Rowe. Her first points of the evening, giving the Teddies a 23-21 advantage. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left till halftime. And seemingly bumped out of bounds there was North's number 54. But needless to say, the ball goes back to the Teddies. And we have some of the North faithful giving the ref a little bit of advice as to what to be calling. And Isham can't control. Reese with the steal, but it goes off of her. Back to the Polars. And whistle for the foul, North's number 54, which will send Kelly Rowe to the line. She'll be shooting the 1-and-1. That's North's 7th team foul. And she can't get the front end. Lashonda Holden coming back the other way. Isham with the ball for the Teddies. Dribbling around the outside. She's got two North guards trailing her, looking for a little help. Dumps it to Reese. Reese will set things up.
So North is a very good defensive team. Roosevelt has a lot of trouble coming down here looking for some open shots because North double teams, and they don't really got a proven ball handler. Looks like they're kind of confused out there trying to figure out what they want to do here. Maybe that's what the height advantage they don't got right now is hurting them. So maybe you might see Roosevelt coming back with some more height pretty soon here.
And after a series of shots and rebounds, Roosevelt can't quite get it to drop. They'll bring it back the other way. North will, excuse me. And coming back into the game, Latoya Bernard and also Joy Thomas for the Teddies. And a feed into Thomas out to Rowe. She can't get it to drop either. They'll come back the other way. And putting up the long bomb, Lashonda Holden. She can't get that one to go either. 23-21, 2 minutes, 28 seconds left before halftime. Roosevelt on top. And John, another close one. I don't think we've seen a girls game yet that has been a blowout either way.
No, a lot of parity in the top teams here in the City Conference. It shows that the girls are getting a lot better and more.
And we have a timeout here. And I'd also like to take a little time here to mention some of the things that Metro Area Sports Wrap has coming up that we'll be covering. Of course, February 16th, Minnesota Professional Boxing Jumping Johnny Montantis will step into the ring again to defend his Minnesota lightweight title. Also on the 26th of February, we have the Willie Carter Association's Joe Louis celebration. That one will be going on at the St. Paul Radisson Hotel, downtown St. Paul. And also coming up, the March 14th, the Cable Access Awards. Metro Area Sports Wrap has been nominated for an award there. Oh, geez, all kinds of stuff. And also, on the, what is it, the 26th, is that the All-Star Game, the 26th, John, of March, the IROC Entertainment All-Star Game?
I believe it is.
Yeah, the 26th of March. This one is one you can't miss, folks. The IROC Entertainment Celebrity All-Star Basketball Game. It's going to go on again this in March. It's going to be crazy. Slam dunk, three-point contest, the whole 9 yards. It's something you don't want to miss. Metro Area Sports Wrap, of course, will be on the scenes covering it all. Back to action here at Jack Wells. 2 minutes even left till halftime. Teddy still ahead, 24-21. And making a move to the hole, Latoya Bernard, and she'll be called for the walk. From the outside, Norse 54 with a three-pointer. That ties the game up at 24. And I believe Wendy Fisher is wearing number 54 for the Polars, if I'm not mistaken. I will check on that here and see what I can find out. If so, regardless of who's in number 54, heck of a three-point shot there, John.
Oh, yes.
And Reese committing her first for the Teddies, sending Louise Markell to the line. And Markell stepped on the line. Should her second free throw have dropped, it would not have counted. Still a tie game here, a minute 20 seconds left. 24-24 here at Jack Wells Gymnasium. The Roosevelt Teddy's in control of the ball. And a scramble for the ball. Tying it up are Reese and Anissa Keys. Possession arrow is pointing towards the Polars. They will inbound.
Make sure she's open before you pass it.
Under a minute left in the second quarter here. We're just 55 seconds till halftime. And ball fed in to Clover Decker. Decker goes up and is fouled. The bucket counts. She'll step to the line for the three-point play. And being whistled, Roosevelt's number 53, Joy Thomas. That's Thomas's first. Team sixth. And Decker can't complete the three-point opportunity. She'll have a chance to take a breather here with under a minute left in the second quarter. About 50 seconds left till halftime. Roosevelt with control of the ball. North with control of the game, 27-24. And as soon as I said that, Isham pulling up there for a three. 27-27, we're back to a tie here.
It's back and forth. They keep coming. You think one team's going to start pulling away, and all of a sudden they come back and hit a shot, and it's back into a tie game again.
And like we mentioned before, John, we have yet to see a boring girls game here, or a boring game here, period, in the Minneapolis City Conference. I believe all the teams are becoming more evenly matched as the years go by. And whistled for the foul, Roosevelt's number 53, Joy Thomas. That will be Thomas's second. Team seventh. North will step down to the other end to shoot the 1-and-1, and Wendy Fisher, I believe, is who will be stepping to the line if we have the name correct. If not, I apologize to you, number 54, and at halftime we will check on things to make sure we have the correct name being called. And she went to the bank with that one. Gets the front end of the 1-and-1, and she'll shoot the bonus shot. And it's up and off the front of the rim. And not enough time to do anything. Oh, 54 taking the shot up at halftime. And at halftime, the score is the North Polars 28, Roosevelt Teddy's 27. This is Rich Smith and John Erickson. We will be back to join you for the second half in just a few moments.
I didn't move. I didn't have to move to do it.
Okay, it works. Welcome back to Jack Wells Gymnasium at the Roosevelt High School in South Minneapolis. Rich Smith and John Erickson here to start things off in the second half of this Twin Cities basketball, the Minneapolis City Conference Girls Basketball Varsity. The Roosevelt Teddies hosting the North Polars. 27-27 is our score. And just getting underway in the third quarter here with Roosevelt controlling. Looks like Roosevelt was putting a few more bodies underneath the hoop there, Jay. I think they had a little talk about the rebounding. They were kind of weak on the rebounding end in the first half. And Isham's pass too long for Sorat. Ball goes back over to the Polars. Still a tie ball game. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left, and technical foul being called, I believe, and that will be assessed to head coach Tonius Chavers for the North Polars. And Roosevelt will send Latoya Bernard to the line. And she'll have 2 shots. And she hits 1 of 2. We'll put the Teddies up by a point, 28-27. And as we closed off the first half of play, I gave an incorrect scoring. We had 28-27 North's favor. That point was taken away, so as we opened the second half, it was a tie, but it is now 28-27 officially. I have the correct score this time. And that's Thomas's second rebound in as many times down the court there, John.
Well, she's using her height advantage now. North is putting the big bodies in there too, but Joy Thomas is showing that she's there. She's a lone big person for Roosevelt, and she has her work cut out for her.
And twice in a row, a Polar player has stepped on the line. Some tight D on the part of the Teddies there.
North did a good job in the first half of controlling Sabrina Reese, held her to 3 points in the half. She's averaging like 15, 16 points a game, so I'd see Reese come back here and start scoring some buckets here in the second half.
And a nice little inbound pass to Tracy Sorat, and she picks up another bucket there. Roosevelt up by 3. And Holden on the drive. She puts the runner up, she can't get it to drop, and ball's tied up. The possession arrow points towards the Teddies. Or excuse me, towards the Polars. We've been having possession arrow problems this evening. I will get it down though, folks. In another inbound play there, tried by the Polars. Can't get it to drop, foul called. And whistled for that one, Louise Markell. That'll be Markell's second, team's first of the second half. And Reese making an attempt for a layup. She can't quite get it to drop. Coming back the other way is Wendy Fisher. And she'll be fouled. And Tracy Sorat will be whistled for that one. And Roosevelt with kind of a surround sound D there, I guess you could call it. Kind of putting players all the way around the North huddle here.
Trying to do anything to get North off their game.
And coming in a little too strong there, Joy Thomas. She'll be whistled for a pushing foul. And that's Thomas's third. She'll sit down for a little bit. And coming in, Tamara Barrow.
That can work to the favor of North now, taking off their big body out there. Now looking with Little and Holden, they're both big girls, and they're going to try to get in here, try to get some easy buckets in off the paint here from Little.
Five minutes, 55 seconds left in the third quarter of play. The home team, Roosevelt Teds, up 30-27 over the visiting North Polars. I am Rich Smith, along with John Erickson. We are bringing you the Metro Area Sports Wrap Girls Game of the Week from the Minneapolis City Conference Varsity Basketball.
And as soon as Thomas picked up her third foul, Little just committed her third foul too. So now the two big centers are in foul trouble for both teams. So advantage swings back to even again.
And a long bomb down to Wendy Fisher, who snuck underneath the Roosevelt D there, underneath the Roosevelt Preston. Brings the Polars within two, 31-29. And picking up the blocking foul, Clover Decker. That'll be Decker's third too. That's another one of the big ladies for North that's in a little bit of foul trouble right now. And coming in to replace her, North's number 32, Takesha Keys. And coming out of the pack with it, Shonda Holden. Her shot goes up. And she can't get it to drop. Roosevelt bringing it back the other way.
Holden took a shot now. Last time I was here, what's the name come down on the ground here?
5 minutes left here, third quarter. Timeout being taken. Tie ball game here, John. So far, again, another hot game in this cold Minnesota climate that we live in, and I'm sure I've grown to love.
About the only thing that is hot around here.
Well, besides us burning up the mics, you know.
Oh yes, can't forget that.
But of course, not saying that to take away credit from the game of the week, a Metro Area Sports Wrap, the women's game of the week, girls game of the week here. And the gyms seems to be filling up. Both sides, the Teddy side and the Polar side. And again, we have another nice turnout for this girls game, John.
Yes, it's nice to see girls are getting popular. Everybody's coming out to see them. Probably gives them some more momentum to play too, seeing as with a big crowd of people cheering for you. It makes you feel so much better when you make a shot when you get all the cheers.
Yeah, and it definitely fuels that fire. And North in a zone defense right now, keeping the Teddies ranging outside. Stolen by Reese, kicked by Fisher back the other way, and Nicole Isham comes up with it for the Teddies. Still a tall ball game here. 4 minutes left in the third quarter of play. Long shot outside comes off. Teddy's back with the ball again.
Little so big, she's blocking shots, just standing there. She's trying to get off her feet, and they're trying to go right over her, and it's not working. So
No,
I think they just think of a better approach than that.
Well, I think, too, what they're maybe counting on, John, is bringing it inside for the, and hopefully bringing it up strong against Little and getting the foul. But so far, Little's pretty much stood her ground.
I think the first team to get really consistent in this game probably pull off the W. I mean, it's been an inconsistent game, back and forth, back and forth.
Nice, yeah.
And a nice feed inside by Reese. Shot missed. North comes back out. Deanna Smith with control. And Holden with a nice little move inside. She will be the recipient of a foul given by Roosevelt's number 23, and we have a little bit of confusion. Deanna Smith there and Kelly Rowe exchanging some words. Rowe will sit down, and checking in for her will be Lynnette Harvey. Also in the game, Tracy Sorat, Sabrina Reese, Joy Thomas, and Latoya Bernard for the Teddies. And for the Polars, we have Keys, Smith, Anissa Keys, and Takesha Keys. Also Little and Shonda Holden. And Tracy Sorat, all game so far, John. She's been in on almost every rebound that comes off. She's in there fighting for something. She's definitely got a lot of heart.
She's playing very aggressive, and so is both teams actually. They're both playing a real aggressive game. I mean, a lot of missed shots, but they're fighting for every loose ball, and that's good to see that though.
And Holden tonight so far has been held to a limited amount of points. She hasn't scored as big as she usually does. I believe she's a bit under her average right now. She just can't seem to find that touch.
She's got 6 points so far. She's averaging like 21, 22, leading the metro area scoring. So as soon as she can find her rhythm here and start making her shots, it could be a tough, long night for Roosevelt.
As soon as we speak about Holden, she comes around to the other side, proves us wrong. Drains a nice little 8-foot shot there, 33-31 to break the tie. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third quarter of play here at Jack Wells Gymnasium. And seeing the open lane, Latoya Bernard. I think she got a little anxious there, John, and took a step before she took the dribble. She'll be called for the travel ball, go back North's way.
A lot of travels be called in this game. A lot of people are trying to get the quick step on their defender and forgetting that they got to dribble the ball first before they can do it.
And nice feed inside by Deanna Smith to Little. Little with a little with a little 3-foot bank off the boards. 35-31. Suddenly North has jumped up to a 4-point lead.
You feel the momentum switching right now. North is coming out and hitting her shots. Roosevelt spent a timeout, try to regroup here and figure out how to stop this run here.
And the Teddies, exactly you said, called the timeout here. 35-31, a minute 44 left in the third quarter.
Right now, North is on an 8-1 run in the last 4 minutes.
John, as you mentioned earlier, the team that can pull the consistency out of their hat for this one will probably prevail in the end.
Plus, you got to remember, getting down towards the end of the game, North has 13 girls suited for the game. Roosevelt has 8. You get some foul trouble. Roosevelt has two girls with 3 fouls so far, so if they happen to lose one of those girls, I think it's going to just dampen their chances more because their bench, they don't got a deep bench at all.
Looks like we'll be back for action here now. Minute 44 left in the third quarter. Metro Area Sports Wrap Girls Game of the Week, Twin Cities, Minneapolis City Conference. Nice little layup for Takesha Keys there. And that gives North a 6-point lead. Reese pulls for the 3. She can't quite get it. Thomas with the rebound. And she puts it back in for 2. Under a minute left in the third quarter here. And Little comes up with a nice block out of nowhere.
Little and swatting it to fly.
And ball last touched by a Teddy player, so says the ref. The ball will go back to the Polars. 4-point lead for the Polars right now. And Wendy Fisher with a good second effort to save the rebound. She can't quite get there in time. Ball goes back to the Teddies. And Holden there showing her quickness. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. North with a chance here to get to 6 to 7 point lead. And they can't quite get it. A couple of rebounds they couldn't quite get to fall there, John. The end of the third quarter. We have a score of 37-33. North Polars in the lead here, Jack Wells Gymnasium. And once again, I'd just like to take a minute here and mention some things. Once again, are you looking to catch that vibe? Because there is a definite vibe that's coming out of the city of Minneapolis. A ton of excitement, all kinds of things happening. Just for starters, let's go to the Minneapolis City Conference. In basketball this year, in the boys' side, we have 2 teams in the Minneapolis City Conference, John, that are ranked. Washburn #1, then the North Polars #4, who we're going to see a little bit later in the evening here. In fact, some of the gentlemen from the team are stopping by the table to check in. And along with that, the show that's bringing you all the highlights from Minneapolis City Conference basketball, hockey, St. Paul professional boxing. We've got it all here on Metro Area Sports Wrap. That show pops every Sunday, channel 32, 5 o'clock. So be looking for it. Your host, Ryan Young, will be dropping all the scores and highlights. And to start the fourth quarter, Holden will be inbounding. Roosevelt in the tough press and broken easy by the Polars. And taking it all the way in on Nissa Keys. And picking up the foul for the Teddies, Tamara Barrow. And Keys will step to the line. That is Nissa Keys. Not to be confused with sophomore Takesha Keys, who also plays for this North team. Scrapping for the rebound there. And called for the foul, Louise Markel. That's Markel's third. Team's fifth. North still with a 4-point lead here. Early moments of the fourth quarter. And Keys with a nice pull up there, but she can't get it to drop. It'll come back the Teddy's way. Sabrina Reese to set up the O. And Latoya Bernard. She has had quite a bit of success with that three, but she's just lacking a little bit of range this evening, I believe.
Another thing about inconsistency. North pulled up, had a 6-point lead. They could have capitalized. Roosevelt's held them now. They haven't scored about the last 3 minutes. But Roosevelt hasn't did no scoring either, so Roosevelt's still down by 4. So it's just kind of a very inconsistent game going on there.
And once again, Holden's shot having trouble finding the bottom of the net. That one was right on, John, and I think she just hit the back iron a little too hard. It rattled around and popped back out.
There've been a lot of close shots too, just easy tap-ins have been in and out. It's just a lot of the shots are just a little bad luck, you could say.
To coin a phrase, I guess that's the way the ball bounces, right, John? Kind of a cheesy one there, but thought I'd drop that anyway. And called for her 4th foul. Clover Decker. Decker will sit down, and replacing her will be Jennifer Little. And also Louise Markel will sit down. And coming in for her will be Takesha Keys. So both Anissa and Takesha Keys are on the floor right now. And Isham's 3-point attempt comes off. Deanna Smith coming down the other way. And an opportunity for Sorat. And she can't get it to fall either. Picked up by North and being brought down by Holden, who has a nice dribble underneath the back. She hits Deanna Smith underneath. And once again, North jumps out to a 6-point lead here, John.
So North has to do is they got to capitalize on Roosevelt not making the shots. They've had the shots, they're just not hitting them. And North has to capitalize, keep hitting their shots, and they can turn this into a blowout. But then Roosevelt's still there, and it's only a 6-point game, so North can't do it, but it's anybody's game still.
And being called for the foul, Jennifer Little.
4th.
That will be Little's 4th. Stepping to the line, Joy Thomas. She'll have an opportunity for 2. And timeout called by the Polars. And an unhappy Coach Chavers for the North team over there. She was earlier whistled for the technical foul. But despite what's happening there, North still has a 5-point lead over the Teddies right now. 39-34. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left in the contest. And we are bringing you the action from the Jack Wells Gymnasium. I, of course, am Rich Smith. And by my side, as usual, John Erickson. Say hi to the folks, John.
Hi, folks.
That's my man, John. And up on camera, Trav Ford, as usual. Trav, I'd like to send a definite shout out to you this evening because you are doing a tip-top job. And I say that in all sincerity.
Take nothing away from the game. I mean, it's been a very close game all the way through, but it's nice to see that they're still having they're not hitting a lot of shots, but everybody still aren't getting it down. They're not taking it down that they can't make the shots. They're still going and shooting them.
It seems as though some of that cold air maybe got in here earlier and put a little air of ice over that hole in the bucket there, and things are just not dropping for either team here tonight. And Holden showing her ability there. Nice little 8-foot jump shot in the lane.
Holden the first to get the double figures since almost the end of the fourth quarter.
And once again, the Roosevelt having trouble getting in there for the rebound. And ball knocked out of bounds off Anissa Keys. It will remain in the Teddy's possession. And checking in for the Teddy's, Lynnette Harvey. Sitting down will be Latoya Bernard. And we definitely have to give credit to Rebecca Keefe, the Roosevelt Teddy's girls coach here. She's done a wonderful job with the team so far. A 5-1 in-conference record, 5-9 overall. Good season for the Teds so far. And also, we need to send a shout out to Tanya Chavers. I hope I pronounced that correctly. The head coach of the North Polars and her staff have done a wonderful job with her team this year. 4-2 conference record, and they are 6-6 overall. So playing a little better than 500 basketball in the conference and about 500 basketball overall, John.
Roosevelt, they're making a run at it now, going 5-1 in the conference with 5-9 overall. Now this is the best time to make the streak towards the end of the year in conference play when the games count. You know, the preseason, you know, the non-conference games, it's like a preseason tune-up for the conference kind of. And now that they got everything gelled, their teams together, now you can see a lot of things happening from Roosevelt Teddy's. Same with North Polars. Both these teams are always up in the top polls of the Minneapolis Conference. Anytime they get together, it could be a good game. We got a 6-point game tonight. It's been a lot of a lot of cold shooting, but still, it's been a good game overall for teamwork and ability on both parts of each team.
Go back to action here. 4 minutes, 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We have a score of North Polars 41, Roosevelt Teddy's 35. North to inbound the ball.
If North wants to pull this one away, they got to keep giving the Holden. Holden's getting the hot hand now.
And Joy Thomas with a good idea for the move, but she did not keep that pivot foot planted, so she will be called for the travel. And ball knocked off of a Roosevelt player. It will remain in the hands of the Polars. And ball stolen on the inbound pass. Fouled in the mix, though, is Joy Thomas. And foul will be charged to Takesha Keys. That'll be Keys first. Team 7th. And that will send Thomas to the line. And Latoya Bernard checking back in, sitting down for to rest a spell, Lynnette Harvey. Joy Thomas shooting the 1-and-1. And her shot's off, but Isham comes up with it. Roosevelt controls. And John, when we covered the game here, I believe it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, Isham took kind of a nasty fall there, and I see that she has a wrap on her knee tonight.
Yeah, she looked like she was in a lot of pain when she last week, and it's good to see her out there again. Doesn't look like it's really bothering that much tonight. But usually precautionary, wearing a brace on it.
No, she can't do that.
And Kelly Rowe will be whistled for a foul here. That would be Rowe's second, team's 5th. And the crowds are seemingly thickening. Got a lot of folks coming in to join in the festivities, getting out of the cold, coming into where it's very warm. The action's warm, the atmosphere is warm.
Well, it's really not warm right now is the shooting.
And called for the foul. Roosevelt's number 23, Kelly Rowe. Rowe is going to sit down for a bit here, and also Tracy Sorat. Coming in to replace some Tamara Barrow and Joy Thomas. And Little steps to the line for a couple, and her first one's off. She'll set for her second. Second doesn't drop. The rebound's picked up and put back up, and North goes ahead 45-35. 10-point lead for the Polars here. And Little again with a big block.
There's got to be about 5 or 6 for Little here.
And Holden with a feed over to Deanna Smith. Smith completes the little 3-foot bank off the backboard, and she'll be fouled along with it. She'll step to the line to attempt a 3-point play. And I believe this is the consistency that we spoke of earlier, John, that one of the two teams would have to get into more of a consistent rhythm, and North seemingly is the team that has been able to do it now. And Deanna Smith's bound comes off. Picking up is Little, and Little puts it back in for another North bucket.
North is just taking charge here. They took advantage of Roosevelt's lack of depth on the bench, and they're starting to hit their shots now. It's just the first person to get consistent is going to win it. They're on a 22-5 run now.
And Reese and Smith tie up the ball. And calling the timeout will be the Polars. Well, John, we have 2 minutes 46 seconds left in this contest. The Polars have jumped out to a commanding 14-point lead here, 49-35. And as I was mentioning before, the consistency that we spoke of has definitely come to the side of the Polars now.
And Roosevelt, they've had a little trouble winning here at home lately. The two losses they've had in the conference, well, could be 2 losses. I'm not going to say it yet because it's not over yet, but the one loss, they lost to South here. And this could be their second loss here coming up here. And you got to win at you have to win at home. You got to put the advantages for them. But, you know, more games you win on the road, the better. But mostly the home games is the ones you want to win, the ones you need to win to keep in the contention here in the Minneapolis Conference, which is balanced, you said, and keep anything going into state, going to the playoffs, and just getting overall job done.
And Polars ball inbounding Smith, and she inbounds to Holden, who will set things up for the Polars.
A little miscommunication there between Holden and Smith there.
Ball back over to the Teddys. Reese's pass into Thomas. Thomas will kick it back out to Isham. And Bernard with a pump fake and a nice little run in there. Her shot comes off. The Roosevelt puts it back in, 37-49.
There's 10 points for Joy Thomas now, for Roosevelt.
And foul called on Roosevelt's 21, Sabrina Reese with the body. Team 7th. That'll put North in the 1-1. And Deanna Smith, the recipient of the foul there, she'll step to the line for the 1-1. And she gets the first one, setting up for the second. And she, along with Lashonda Holden, is one of the Minneapolis City scoring leaders. And for the Teddies running tonight, we have, of course, Sabrina Reese, who was right behind Holden. Holden 1 and Reese 2 in the Minneapolis City Conference scoring. And also Reese number 1, or excuse me, not Reese, but Holden number 1 in the metropolitan area scoring. Shot short by Thomas. Coming back the other way, Holden. And we'll see some substitutions here for the Teddies. Checking is Nicole on. And also Lynnette Harvey back in the game. And Little takes the strong to the hole. Thomas is there to defend, but she is whistled for the foul. That will be number 4, I believe, on Thomas. Minute 17 left here in this one. 51-37. North Polars on top. And Takesha Keys steps out of the game. She gets a nice high five from the coach as she sits on the bench. And Jennifer Little stepping up to the free throw line. She hits the first one. Chance for a second. And she can't get that one to drop, and there's two white jerseys there to pick up the rebound. And Lashonda Holden with a nice double fake, double pump in the air move there with her back to the basket. She didn't get it to go, but it was really pretty.
Showing why she probably is the top girls player here in the metro area.
And Joy Thomas with her 12th point of the game. 54-39, the Polars on top. Under a minute left in the contest here. And pulling up from three was Fisher. She couldn't get it to drop. Sabrina Reese coming back down the other way. And impeding her progress is Anissa Keys. Keys will be charged with the foul. And that will send Reese to the line, shoot the 1-and-1. And a timeout called by the Teddies. So again, I'd like to mention you are tuned to the Metro Area Sports Wrap Girls Game of the Week, Minneapolis City Conference Basketball from Jack Wells Gymnasium. I'm Rich Smith, along with John Erickson, giving you the call of tonight's game. And also, we're looking forward to be doing the call for the boys' game that will be coming up here after this one. That one you'll be able to view on Sunday evening of the boys' game of the week on channel 35 at 6 o'clock, I believe it is, John. And you and I will be doing the call for that, the Teddies against the number 4 in the state-rated North Polars. The gym is already abuzz with anticipation. Both sides getting packed up here. I think it's going to be a crazy one.
Should be a good game.
And I think, I'm sorry, John, go ahead.
North coming off victory over Washburn a couple weeks ago, who was rated number 1. Washburn moves up to the pole without even winning a game to go up to number 1 again. Roosevelt coming off a heartbreaking loss to rivalry South at home, so it's really balanced. It's Washburn, South, North, and Roosevelt, and that's like the top 4 teams. You know, Edison, Henry, and Southwest, they're still coming up there, you know. Any night anybody can be beaten, you know, but...
Well, that's the thing. I think the Teddies are going to come into this one looking at how North took it to Washburn, 2 weeks ago. And I think they're going to say, well, now North came in and they stuck it to one of the top teams in the conference. Why can't we come in and stick it to another one of the top teams in the conference? That remains to be seen. As I say, that boys game coming up here soon. More hot action from Minneapolis. 10 seconds left in the contest here. And I believe we're going to have to chalk one up in the win column for the Polars. They are up right now by 15 points, 56-41 over the Roosevelt Teddies. The Teddies suffering their second loss at home here in 2 weeks. As you mentioned before, the loss to South last week and also the loss to North this week. But I think it's this conference on the girls' side anyway is pretty much anybody's conference.
You gotta remember they're still 5-2, so they've pulled out 5 victories in the conference too. So not being a bad note, but
definitely not taking anything away from the Teddies when I mentioned that earlier. And that's going to put the lid on this one. The North Polars prevailing 56-41 over the Roosevelt Teddies. You have been tuned to the Metro Area Sports Wrap Girls Game of the Week from the Minneapolis City Conference. I'm Rich Smith along with John Erickson. Want to thank you for tuning in this evening, and also stay tuned for the boys game.